My name is Greg Metzler. I'm the UI UX design lead at Final Strike Games, and today we're going to talk about
Rocket Arena.
Rocket Arena.
Rocket Arena was the game that we covered in the closed beta footage from a few weeks ago. Absolutely, I had such a blast playing this game. But just in case someone didn't see my closed beta footage, what is Rocket Arena like? What is it about?
Totally. Rocket Arena is a 3v3 first-person shooter where everyone has rocket launchers and no one does. So that was the entire premise, even from the very beginning, was how do we make a game where no one dies? What does that mean? And so
it really was quite interesting how you handled that with the Super Smash Bros. style health indicators, and it definitely was true. There were so many mobility tools in that game.
Yeah, just every weapon being a rocket launcher means it's impulse-based. So you've got a character like some of these here. We've got our water lady,
Amphora, yeah. She was my favorite in the closed beta for what it's worth.
To this day, I still play her some of the most out of the game.
I loved her homing triple tap mechanic.
Yep. When you're in a tough spot, you just use her special attack, and they just branch out and hit someone, and then you switch into water form, dive underneath them.
That's a manta ray looking thing, right?
Totally.
That one was really good too.
That was awesome.
Absolutely. There's a bunch of different game modes, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. There's 4. 3 of them are PvP modes, and then one of them is a PvE, sort of like a horde mode against rocket bots.
Yeah.
So the 3 main PvP ones we have are Rocket Ball, which is like a football mixed with soccer game where one of the other ways to explain it is, say it's capture the flag, except for the flag, you can throw it. So you just get it, you can run or throw it into the other team's goal for points.
Rocket Ball was far and away my favorite of the 4 game modes. It was just, it had that really sporty competitiveness to it, and I really enjoyed having to focus on the ball as an objective.
Yeah, that's a whole blast, and really encourages team dynamics too, where you're like communicating about one group stay back and guard the goal, and then different characters based on your team selection fit roles really well. So Blastbeard, for example, he's a big pirate guy.
Yeah.
Has an AoE impulse that makes him a perfect goalie. He can hang back and just like someone throws the rocket ball, he can impulse with his AoE. It does a huge shockwave and will deflect the ball out of it.
Yeah, Blastbeard took me out a whole bunch. I wanted to ask you a little bit about that PvE game mode that was set up, because it was actually quite intuitive. I originally went into it expecting it to just be a tutorial-like mode, and it was. It allowed me to really learn whatever character I was playing as, but it was really fun on its own merits. What inspired you to have... I mean, it almost felt a little bit like Left 4 Dead in a way, when I was expecting more like Killing Floor 2, where there was actually like a lot of strategy behind trying to keep yourself alive.
Oh, yeah.
Those bots were killer.
Yes, they are, and they have an AoE attack as well, so you definitely have to play back against them and make sure every character has at least like a triple jump, so 2 air jumps and 1 off of the ground. You've got to really use that to your advantage when they're, 1, keep that distance, and then 2, when the rocket bots are firing at you, to use directional jumps and dodge the incoming rockets from them. So the game is just very much, we want to make sure there's a mode where people can just get together with their friends and fight against just AI opponents.
Was it a developer decision to not have any hit scan weapons and to have everything be projectile based?
Oh yeah, from the very beginning. All of our test environments, even the gray box original prototype was, we want a game where no one dies, we want everything to be impulse based, where you were talking about Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Pushing people. How cool is it if you can just push them back, and the more they're blasted, the further they fly. So it's totally like, you can use edge guarding. You have to pay attention to if someone's jumping over a precipice, like there's a gap down there.
Mm-hmm.
You can, at a high level play, use a Zell's Bola, like pull them back over the gap. Then that makes her primary a homing shot.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
fire up in the air, and it comes down and spikes them right in their head.
If I had any ability to aim my shots, I would have played more Azalea. But for me, life career support main, I am not all about that accuracy. No, if anything, the thing that Rocket Arena reminded me most of was this old Team Fortress 2 Super Smash Bros. Custom game mode, where
awesome.
everybody was a soldier or a demo man, and it really felt a lot like the game that you guys had set up, where you lose by getting blasted into the skybox.
That's cool.
That game had a very successful closed beta, and might I add, I've been in a lot of closed betas. You were one of 2 games, the other being Overwatch, where the closed beta felt incredibly polished. The game felt complete. There were no bugs. We encountered one involving overtime in Rocketball. It only happened once.
Cool.
Other than that, the lighting was done, the art was done, the mechanics was done, and it was a really good closed beta. So I'd like to thank you again for that.
Man, I'm so glad to hear that.
When do you think this game is going to come out on Steam and be playable?
We're shooting for 2019. We don't have a fixed release date yet.
All right, that's awesome though. So thank you again for letting me into closed beta and for talking to me today about Rocket Arena.
Oh man, my pleasure. It's been a blast.